Welcome back to the Gen Y Investor. Thank you everyone for tuning in. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my little Lord of the Rings thumbnail meme. It's definitely one of my favorite scenes from the movies.
What say you? What say you? What say you?
Today we're talking about proof of work versus proof of stake models in cryptocurrency, purely because I see a lot of critics out there, not naming anyone in particular, boomers, sorry, scratchy throat. A lot of critics out there with the same old stories of, cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin uses a huge amount of computational power, like it takes as much electricity per year as what the whole country of Chile uses, rah, rah, rah. It's the same old, the transaction times take forever. Same old. Whereas they're not actually taking into account the fact that a lot of these altcoins like Ethereum and Cardano, which I talk about quite a bit, are actually implementing and rolling out proof of stake models, which are a lot more impressive. They use a lot less energy, and they are definitely a lot faster as well. So we're going to head over to the slides and delve into the two and compare them a little bit. But if you don't want to head over and listen to the nitty gritty, just take away this overly simplified message that a proof of work model requires miners to use huge amounts of computational power, especially in something like Bitcoin's case, to verify transactions. And the ones with the most power are generally rewarded. Whereas proof of stake requires forgers, as they're called, to stake a certain amount of the coin that they're forging, and then they're rewarded with a transaction fee for verifying the transactions. So a lot different. Like if you make the comparison, it's not using as much computational power, nowhere near as much. But let's just head over and we'll sort of delve into it a little bit deeper. Okay, so let's just have a little look at proof of work to start with. So although proof of work's an amazing invention, it's anything but perfect. Not only does it need significant amounts of electricity, but it's also very limited in its number of transactions it can process at the same time. So we're going back to that scalability and sustainability issue that everyone seems to criticize and say, oh, this is why the cryptocurrencies are going to crash, rah, rah, rah. Anyway, every time a transaction is sent, it takes about 10 minutes for the network to confirm it. Furthermore, the Bitcoin blockchain can only handle about 7 transactions per second. So this is why transaction fees have been increasing significantly as the Bitcoin price skyrockets and more people buy in. For the Bitcoin network to achieve this without a third party, somebody must use their computational power to solve a cryptographic algorithm, otherwise known as proof of work. So yeah, as you see, we're rewarding the person or the group with the highest computational power. It's not even so much person anymore. It's definitely, especially in Bitcoin's cases, it's big groups that really are rewarded the most because they can put together all their computational power, and really the small guys got no chance. Another reason why proof of stake is definitely more beneficial. Anyway, once this is achieved, not only is the transaction marked as valid, but it's also posted to the public blockchain for everybody to view. And proof of work's really not a fair system because those with the most powerful and expensive hardware devices will always have the greatest chance of winning the reward, whether that's Bitcoin or Dogecoin or whatever. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure Dogecoin would work on a proof of work. I highly doubt that it's sophisticated enough to have implemented a proof of stake. Don't quote me on that though. And then looking at proof of stake, so while proof of work rewards its miners for solving complex equations, in proof of stake, the individual that creates the next block is based on how much they have staked. So to make things simple, the stake is based on the number of coins the person has for the particular blockchain they are attempting to mine. You might see it called forgers in a lot of places, but yeah, miners, forgers, whatever. So in Ethereum's case, I know that you have to stake about 32 Ethereum coins, currently going at about $5,000 AUD. So it's a significant amount of money. What's that, like over $100,000? But it's not unrealistic for some people to have that sort of money, or cryptocurrency, should I say. However, technically speaking, individuals aren't mining. Instead, they are called forgers because there is no block reward. As I said before, it's a transaction fee reward. So the more you stake, the more you earn. But at the same time, the more you lose if you go against the system. This is, so we talk about sustainability and, what was the other one? Can't remember, but we talk about sustainability and scalability, but then we've also got security being added with proof of stake. Because why would anyone want to go against what they're staking when they've got such a significant investment in it? 32 Ethereum coins, if you're going to like do something dodgy with that, it's going to lose all of its value, and you're going to lose all of that. Proof of stake does not need highly complex sums to be solved, meaning that the electricity costs to verify transactions are substantially lower, which I've mentioned before. This model prevents groups of people from joining forces to dominate the network just to make profit. Instead, those who contribute to the network by freezing their coins are awarded proportionally to the amount they have invested. Another thing that we've mentioned before. So I definitely think that proof of stake has the brownie points over proof of work, in my opinion. Relatively new model, so I guess one of the criticisms you might say is that it's not really tested and tried like proof of work is over years, but I definitely think it's a lot more promising, that's for sure. And then we've just got a little image I found to really hammer it home. So proof of work, we've got the top left. Proof of work is a requirement to define an expensive computer calculation, also called mining, whereas proof of stake, the creator of a new block is chosen in a deterministic way, depending on its wealth, also defined as a stake. With proof of work, a reward is given to the first miner who solves each block problem, whereas proof of stake system, there is no block reward. The miners take the transaction fees. Got a little bit of overlap here, but hopefully I'm hammering home a point. Network miners compete to be the first to find a solution for the mathematical problem in proof of work's case, whereas proof of stake currencies can be several thousand times more cost effective. So yeah, hopefully this sort of clarifies the differences for some people if they were wondering. And yeah, I think going forward, provided something doesn't blow up big time, I think most of these new altcoins will be implementing a proof of stake model, which again is going to be a lot better for the environment. It's going to be a lot quicker, which people love, and hopefully a lot more secure. So yeah, well, thanks again for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. Hopefully this clears some confusion up for you boomers out there. If not, feel free to drop a comment in the comments section and I'll reply to that. Thanks, guys.